Today, we're diving into a new scientific paper that, honestly, could completely change the game for the entire life sciences industry. We're talking about an AI model so powerful, it feels like a leap into the future. Let's get right into it.
So, I want you to just pause and think about this for a second. What if a single AI could look at a patient's medical history and pretty much simulate their future? Not just predicting one single disease, but their entire medical journey. This isn't science fiction, it's the core idea behind the incredible technology we're talking about today.
All right, so this new technology is called CoMET. That stands for the Cosmos Medical Event Transformer. It's a brand new kind of AI, and to really get why it's such a big deal, we can start with a pretty simple analogy you'll probably recognize.
Okay, so we've all seen what things like ChatGPT can do, right? They predict the next word in a sentence to create this incredibly human-like text. Well, CoMET works on that exact same principle, but instead of learning the language of the internet, it has learned the language of medicine. It looks at the sequence of a patient's life, every single diagnosis, prescription, lab test, and it learns to predict the next medical event. Now, this approach makes CoMET what's known as a foundation model. And this is a really key concept. See, older AIs were kind of one-trick ponies. You'd build one to do just one specific thing. A foundation model, on the other hand, is trained on such a huge and diverse set of data that it becomes this general-purpose powerhouse. You can adapt it to all sorts of different tasks without having to start from scratch every single time. Its real power, well, it comes from its scale.
And the scale we're talking about here is, well, it's just staggering. To pull this off, the researchers behind CoMET had to put together one of the largest health datasets ever created. Just listen to these numbers. They're pretty mind-blowing. The whole thing is built on the de-identified records of 300 million unique patients. That gives the model this incredible, sweeping view of human health experiences to learn from. And inside those records, the model processed 16.3 billion, with a B, medical encounters. We're talking every single doctor's visit, every hospital stay, every touch point with the healthcare system. Which brings us to a grand total of over 115 billion individual medical events. That is the raw data, the sheer volume of information that lets it see patterns in human health in a way that's never, ever been possible before. So, what can an AI trained on all that data actually do? Well, this is the real breakthrough. It lets us simulate patient futures. And that isn't just an improvement on what we had before, it's a completely new way of thinking about medical AI. You know, the old way to doing AI in medicine was just so slow and expensive. You'd build one model just to predict heart failure risk. You'd build a totally different one to help a hospital with scheduling. Each one was a custom job. The new way, with a foundation model like CoMET, is totally different. You have one single powerful model that can be pointed at all of those problems, and a whole lot more. And here it is. This is the core finding from the paper, and it is an absolute bombshell. They found that CoMET, this single do-it-all model, didn't just do as well as the old specialized AIs. In most cases, it actually beat them, right out of the box with no special tweaking. That's a huge deal. And the proof is right here in the performance. The researchers threw 78 different real-world tasks at CoMET, everything from predicting a patient's next diagnosis to forecasting a hospital's operational needs. And the result was crystal clear. The foundation model consistently set a new, higher standard. Okay, so the science is absolutely incredible, but what does this actually mean for business? For any leader in the life sciences space, this is way more than just a cool academic paper. This is a scientific leap that unlocks massive commercial opportunities. I mean, just let your mind run with the implications here. You could simulate entire clinical trials to find the perfect patient candidates in a fraction of the time and cost. You could sift through all that messy, real-world data to find brand new drug targets. This technology could create predictive tools that make hospitals run way more efficiently. And maybe most excitingly, it paves the way for truly personalized diagnostics. It really changes the entire toolkit. So here's the bottom line. This is no longer some interesting thing to just watch from the sidelines. The fact that this capability now exists makes it a strategic imperative for every single organization in this space. So the question really becomes, what's your next move? Look, here's a simple, actionable way to start thinking about this. Step 1, assess your current AI pipeline. Where are you vulnerable? Where could this new approach disrupt you? Step 2, Identify the single highest value opportunity in your world, whether it's in R&D or on the commercial side, where a model like this could be a total game changer. And 3, explore partnerships. The pioneers are already building this stuff. Now's the time to engage. At the end of the day, as the researchers themselves say in the paper, this is all about creating a framework with one clear goal: to improve patient outcomes. Yes, the business opportunities are massive, but they all serve that core mission. And that really brings us to the final critical thought I want to leave you with. This technology is not theoretical anymore. It's here. It's real. So the question for every leader in this industry is no longer if this is going to reshape medicine. The only question left is, who is going to be the one to lead that change?